Hello and welcome back to my RC channel. I'm Andy RC and today I'm going to be checking out some GNB Lipos. Now I'm really excited about this because I'm very privileged to be sent a lot of products to check out, but I'm rarely sent Lipos, and I think that's first of all because I'm not a headlining race drone pilot and it's quite difficult to ship Lipos. So for me, Lipos are a currency in this hobby, and this is where I'm going to give a shout out to my patrons, because it's my patrons that allow me to pay for the Lipos, and I put these through their paces. I do a lot of stress testing and a lot of speed runs, and it kills the Lipos. I go through Lipos so quickly. So my biggest expenses are Lipos and also micro SD cards. I go through those quite a lot as well, and props and things like that. But when GNB contacted me and said, hey, we noticed that you use a lot of our Lipos, would you be interested in us sending you some? I was like, yeah, of course. And they also said, yeah, we've actually got some surprises as well. And I thought, mysterious. You've got me even more intrigued. So let's check out what they have sent. So all of these boxes seem the same size, but they are double stacked, so we've got a lot of Lipos here. I wonder how long it'll be until I've gone through them all. So the first one we have got is a 1500 milliamp 4S, and this is perfect timing because at the weekend I actually had a huge crash with this one, which I bought myself, and I will show you that now. And I need to check the internal resistance of this one because that was a huge crash. So it was a smash into a metal girder and then straight onto concrete, and we've got some damage here. So yeah, that is good timing, but it's a Lipo that I've already got. Very good. I really like it. This one's puffed a little bit, but I think that is from the crash. So yeah, that is fantastic. And you're given a strap with the package as well, so that's pretty cool. Actually, I think with this Lipo as well, yeah, I think the prop caught it or something caught the actual XT60 connector, so yeah, maybe this one is spent, so that is good timing. So let's check out the next one. Oh, brilliant. So it's another one of those, yeah. These are some of my favourite batteries, you know, 1500. So for the milliamp hour, I don't go below 1500 now. 1300 sags too much ever since we started going over 2206 stator motors. So these are really good batteries. And also, while I'm here, I mean, there might be one in there actually, but this other one that they do is really good as well. So yeah, the C rating on this one, I mean, I haven't tested it out, but 130C to 260C, what that usually means is that is the constant and that is the burst rate. However, I'm not sure an XT60 can handle that amount of current, but either way, they are fantastic batteries, and so are these. So are all of these gonna be the same? Let's have a look at this. Oh no, this one is different. It's also packaged on the side, so I think this is a 6 cell. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, so 1100, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What is the C rating? Again, 130 to 260C. So I'm not sure if all of this is available yet. I will try and link as much of it in the below if you are interested in this. But of course, the 6S phenomenon is kind of now 50-50 between 4S. So a 1100 6S is about the equivalent to a 1650 milliamp 4S. There's a quick calculation that you can do to get that figure actually. So if you take a fully charged 6S, which is 25.2 volts, divide that by 16.8, which is the fully charged voltage of a 4S, and that will give you 1.5. If you then times that by the milliamp hour, so 1100, you get 1650 milliamp. It's not quite equivalent because we've got more number of cells here, so we actually have a greater chance of different internal resistance between each cell because we've got more number of cells, but we also have more efficiency if you are using it with a lower kV motor. So it's very difficult to say what the exact 4S equivalent of this 6S is, but we can sort of guess using maths, and if we sort of say if this is producing the same efficiency as a 4S, then that calculation will bring a 1650 milliamp 4S equivalent. So the next one, is that going to be another one of those? We've got the battery strap again. Looks like a 6S again. Ah, no, but this one is a 1250. So if we do that same calculation, so 1.5 times 1250, that is a 4S equivalent of around about 1875 milliamp. And again, you know, that is assuming that the efficiency of 6S and 4S is the same, which it isn't. So as I mentioned with the previous battery, we've got more number of cells on a 6S, so greater internal resistance, but more efficiency because we're drawing less current, whereas on a 4S we've got a less number of cells, so there are less chances of the internal resistance being different between the cells. However, it's not as efficient because we get more voltage sag. So I think this is why there is such an argument between 4S and 6S. But now I'm seeing it sort of 50-50 when it comes to components as well. And I'm definitely seeing 6S as the way that a lot of people are going. And also there's not really much of an excuse when it comes to price anymore, because the 6S batteries, I can remember when I paid 45 GBP for a 6S battery. That is not the case anymore. They have come down a lot in price, and that is where it is more attractive, especially if you are a racer, because you are going to get less voltage sag and maybe win a race on a certain track. It is track dependent, I guess, as well. I was talking to Thomas from BMS Web on Let's Drone Out, and it was interesting how he uses both. So he uses 4S on a particular track and then 6S on a different track. Same with motors and also props. Very interesting. So let's have a look at what else we have, and these look like small batteries, which I'm really pleased to see, because really it's GNB that has made it possible for these sub 250 gram models. And hang on a minute, is that a 6S like micro battery, 550 milliamp? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that is absolutely superb. Wow, that is brilliant. And I know why they have done that as well, because there are now some 3-inch 6S rigs coming out. For example, I've been asked to take a look at the Hobbymate Asteroid, which I think is running 2900 kV motors for a 6S, and that's available as a bind and fly. And I think if you do a bit of maths on that as well, the 2900 kV motor will actually have more RPMs than the 4300 kV 4S version. And I was thinking, there's no battery that exists for that model. In fact, my friend NJ Tech, if you're not subscribed to NJ Tech, then please do so. I'll link him in the below. I said I need to come up with a connector to connect two 3S batteries to make a 6S battery, and it's going to need to be on an XT30. Now some of you may be thinking, XT30 for a 6S. Yeah, that should be fine, because we're going to be drawing less current from this, so it actually should be more efficient than the XT30s used on a 4S battery. But importantly, for this new breed of 3-inch 6S models, this is going to be fantastic. In fact, what we can do is weigh it against the 850 milliamp batteries that I've been using for the 4S setup and see what the difference is. So first, let's try the Tattoo R-Line 850 milliamp 4S, and that's 107.25 grams. And then the 550 milliamp GNB 6S, that is 108.2 grams, 1 gram in it. So they weigh very similar, but how are they on paper when it comes to the equivalency between 6S and 4S? And again, it's very difficult to say because there's so many variables, and a figure that is quite often used is watt hours. And the way that we can figure watt hours out is we take the number of milliamps and then times it by the voltage and then divide that by 1,000. So I'll put the maths on the screen and let's see if we can get through it. So to work out the watt hour of a 850 milliamp 4S, we do 850 milliamp times by 16.8 and then divide that by 1,000, which is 14.28 watt hours. So if we do the same with the 550 milliamp, so if we times that by 25.2, so this is the fully charged voltage, so I did 16.8 on that, so that's 4.2 volts per cell. This is 25.2, so 550 milliamp times by 25.2 divided by 1,000 is 13.86 watt hours. So actually just slightly less watt hours than the 850 milliamp 4S, but only by a little bit. And as I say, that is assuming that both of these batteries are as efficient as each other, and they are not. So what calculation can we do to give an exact equivalency in milliamp, again assuming that both of these batteries are efficient as each other? And again, I'll put this up on the screen. What we can do is we can take the fully charged voltage of this 850 milliamp 4S, which is 16.8 volts, and then divide it by the fully charged voltage of the 6S, which is 25.2 volts, and that comes to 0.6. If we then times 0.6 by 850 milliamp, we get 566.66 milliamps. So that would be the exact equivalent. So it's not far off, is it really? And there may be a manufacturing reason why it's 550 milliamp and not 566. I'm sure the battery companies are way better at this than me. So I will say you might learn something today, but I won't say you will learn something today, you know, because I could be wrong. It's a bit more British to say might than you will. So if we want to reverse engineer that and just say that this LiPo is 566.66 milliamps, what we can do is say what its watt hour would be if that was the case. So what did we say this one was? So 14.28 watt hours. So if we take 566.66 milliamp and times it by 25.2 volts and then divide that by 1,000, we get around about 14.28 watt hours. So that would be the equivalent. So let's see what else we have got in here. Oh, look at this. We have got, I think these are Cinewhoop batteries, and I think these are for the Tiny Hawk. So that's a 1 cell, and we've got a PH2 connector, so 450 milliamp. Those are always welcome because I will be flying tonight at the indoor sports hall with my Tiny Hawk. Let's see what this one is. This one's a little bit thicker. So what have we got in here? So GNB said, what batteries would you like? And I knew these 3-inch 6S models were coming out, and I thought, well, what I'm going to need are some 3S batteries, and then I'll use this connector and I'll use 2 of these and we'll have a 6S battery. But now with their surprise, with their 550 milliamp 6S battery, I don't need that anymore, but it's still very useful. Actually, there are some 2-inch copters that will run nicely on that, so I do need those batteries. And of course I can still run them like this if I run out of Lipos. So let's have a look what we've got in here. Oh man, there you go. Well, that cancels that out because they sent me another one. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much, GNB. This is great what you are doing. I don't think anyone else is doing it as far as I'm aware. You're having to make your own up at the making of this video, but of course me saying that won't make this video age well. Let's see what we've got here. So more Cinewhoop batteries, this time 520 milliamp. And yeah, I think these are for the Tiny Hawk, so let's see if these fit. So this is my busted up Tiny Hawk, but let's see if the 520 milliamp batteries fit. Yeah, those fit fine, and let's try the 450 milliamp. Yeah, that goes in there fine as well. That's brilliant. Okay, that just leaves us with 2 packages left, so let's see what we've got here. So I'm seeing 550, so they have sent me 2 of those, but I guess perhaps they couldn't have told me that the 6S version was coming. But yes, no, that will be useful to use with my connector here, so I can still create a 6S out of 2 of those. And then we've got this final one here. What have we got here? So this is a 650 milliamp 3S, and that is superb again. Probably the best battery for a 2-inch model, I would say. So how about that? Thank you so much, GNB, for sending some of your inventory for me to try out. It's a rare treat indeed, and I cannot wait to try out the 550 milliamp 6S battery. It indeed was a big surprise. So I've got the HobbyMate Asteroid 6S 3-inch model turning up, and also the HLRC Arrow 3-inch 6S model, so I'm going to be using this battery with that. Now, at the making of this video, you can't actually get this guy in many places. I think in the USA it will be Pyro Flip, and in the UK HobbyRC, but they are advertising it as a new product, so I'm sure it's going to be popping up everywhere, and I can't wait to try it. One thing that I'm going to do as well in the description of this video is I'm going to list all of the GNB batteries that I use and what models they are best suited for as well, and hopefully that will help you out. And until the next time, as always, thanks so much for watching. Please continue to subscribe. Cheers.